Good morning, world. That's right. That's right. I'm back again. Some people call me poet. Some people call me prophet. My presentation name is not for sale because the gift God gave this man, you can't put a price on it. Take all those names, throw them away. They don't mean anything. The only name I want you to remember on this platform is the characteristics of Jesus and knowledge of the universe and God. And that's the names I want you to remember when I leave. Now, well, I want to start. Yesterday was a trying day. Let me start with this, because when I give out a message, I have to, sometimes I have to backtrack so you can understand. And the thing I want to tell you this morning is sometimes the devil get blamed for things that God do. You know what I'm saying? People think every time something bad's going on with them, you know what I'm saying, it has something to do with the devil. And a lot of times it be God putting you through the process. Now, yesterday, I had to go in to the hospital. You understand what I'm saying? And because, and let me make you aware of this, is that because a lot of people think a man of God when they walk in to houses of worship, and they might see somebody doing something that is not of God, and they'll say, well, that's not a man of God. No, a man of God is made up through time. You understand? And we all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So when God is starting to use that man, that sin will drop off like bad scabs as he walks down through life. And you're looking at a man that literally smoked cigarettes for almost 40 years, longer than a lot of these people did. Them cigarettes, that's why I tell you I'm living on borrowed time. But the whole thing is this, sometimes when things stop in your life, you understand that God is trying to take you somewhere because you have to represent Him. Certain things, certain people, certain issues have to drop off. Because if you send me to a king to represent you, I have to be a reflection of who the person that sent me is. You understand what I'm saying? So now it's been like, I've quit before, but like I told you, that was one of the issues that I dealt with. I'm just, like I told you, I don't have no problem exposing myself. And I'm feeling good today. But the whole thing is I had to, everything kind of slowed down a little bit, and that has to be taken out of my life. You understand what I'm saying? So those of you out there that want to ask me for one, I ain't got one. But anyways, what I wanted to say is this, is that when you look down through life, and the devil, he's what you call a thief of time. Now here's it is, if my purpose is if I'm supposed to fulfill my purpose, you understand what I'm saying? And let's say 2058, and I got that issue in my life because of certain things, and like I told you, we're made up of mind, body, and spirit. So you have to take care of your body. You can't be, going out here and laying up with any old person because there's too many diseases and stuff out here. And not only with that, they'll give you a bad character, but not only that, you can get your life snuffed out like that. And it goes the same thing with the cigarettes. Cigarettes can take you out. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole thing, they had to be cut away. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing I wanted to say was that, if God wants you to get to 2058, if you get snuffed out before that, now He has to find somebody that's going to pick up your purpose and keep going with it. So certain things when you come in, you might think, oh, well, this is happening because of the devil. A lot of times, it's happening because of God. And you got a lot of chosen people out here. And they know that they were chosen. But they didn't answer their phone. They didn't answer the call when God sent them. And what they think, you know what I'm saying, is that they can just say if you're walking with a chosen person and you decide to take a detour. And usually when it's a detour, it's something that's not going to build to your spirit or whatever. So when you take the detour, so when you look up the road, you see that person has changed, you understand, in a drastic way, and you think you could just jump right back. No, you can't. You can't do that because it won't work, you understand? Because that has to be, it has to complement, has to build. And then if you get a person that is spiritually down here, that's why it says don't become unequally yoked with the non-believer. You understand what I'm saying? That also means if you come out here and you choose a business partner, if you choose, they all have to be thinking on the same level. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you don't, it won't work. But what happens is that the devil, what he does, you know what I'm saying? His job is to steal your time. You understand what I'm saying? And let me keep it on me, and let me take you to a couple of instances of how I used to not only waste my time and waste others. You know, you're looking at the type of guy, you know, that I would go into the motor vehicle department, right? And when I go into the motor vehicle department, you know, I'll be at the middle of the line. I'll say, well, hey, wait, I forgot my sunglasses or whatever in the car. So I'll go out, go to the car. Now, by the time when I'm gone, this is the part that you don't see, because like I told you, you have people out here, it's the walking blind people, walking dead. And I was one of those people. I would go out and I would go to the car, but now when I was gone, 6 more people jumped on the line. Now let me show you how selfish I was, okay? When I came back in, I suppose I wanted somebody that was, the person behind me just co-signed my bullcrap that, oh, I was in that line. And I would sit there and be ready to have a knockdown, drawn out fight with you to justify that I was right, that I was there. But here's the reality of the situation. Well, if you're on a line and you jump off that line, okay, that people can let you get up there, but you're not entitled to get on that line, because our time is worth more than money. So when you left it, the 6 people that got up, that got added to the line when you were gone, actually to them, and what it is, the reality, that you're another person that just cut the line and got ahead of them. You know what I'm saying? So actually you're supposed to go to the back of the line. You understand what I'm saying? And I would do that, like when I went into grocery stores and stuff like that. I would get into the grocery store, and I was so selfish and so blind, I didn't see and understand that, you know, that I would go and I would get a whole bunch of food, gather up a lot of food and stuff, you understand what I'm saying? And be sitting there and then get to the front of the line. Now here behind me is a man with a Snickers bar. You know, and I would get up to the front of the line, you understand what I'm saying? And then, oh, I forgot something. Run back there and get that. And then when I came back, right, you know what I'm saying? Instead of me being a kind person and telling the person to swipe the Snickers bar out, you know what I'm saying? I would sit there and I would wait till my stuff accumulated, and then I would have to look for my money or my card. You understand what I'm saying? Which is taking up these people's time on me. You know, so selfish that I didn't see all the people. People got to think you're living in a world that is in a rush right now. And I want to talk on that too, because that's another thing. You have to know how to balance things. But anyway, I was so selfish, you understand what I'm saying? That I didn't even have a common sense enough to know if the person's got a Snickers bar and you got $300 worth of groceries, why don't you let the person go ahead of you? So it was a reflection of who I was spiritually, you know. But like, what I wanted to talk this morning to you about is like you'll go places and you'll have people, you understand what I'm saying, they'll tell you, well, I'm talking about places of worship. They'll tell you, we're getting ready to have a 10-week series on speaking. Like what I'm talking about today is basically selfishness. And I want you to, I'm not going to give you the answer. Ask yourself why you think them people want to have a 10-week series on speaking about one subject. And let me give you an example. Say if you own a car, and you own that car, and I can tell you how to go out, put the key in the car, how to press the gas, and make the car go. But what happens is that even when you go on the internet, you got people talking about, I have many people tell me, shorten up your message. But the reason why I can't do that is because when I get a message, I have to give it to you the way God told me to give it to you, deliver it to you. Because if I don't, you understand, you'll go out and try to apply it. It won't work because you'll be missing pieces, and everything is done in an order. You understand what I'm saying? But the reason why people do that is because the world has come to a short attention span. So, like, let's go back to the car. Now, if I go out there and I tell you, okay, look, put the key in, I'll be back next week. I get back, you're still sitting in the car because the car's not moving anywhere because you got a broken message. Next week I come in and tell you, okay, turn the key. Okay, so the reason, so I'm not going to tell you the reason why people do this, you understand? But I want you to figure it out for yourself. So why would you go, you understand what I'm saying, and get information for people, because it's going to cost you your time. It's going to cost you your money, because 9 times out of 10 they're going to be asking for offerings. You understand what I'm saying? When you could come, right, and get the message all at one time. You understand? To show you, you understand, how to make something work. You understand? And so this is what's going on in the world right now, is that people, they want something quick, fast, and cheap. You understand? And anything of quality requires you to make a sacrifice. So when I go onto YouTube, I don't look for the shorts, because 9 times out of 10, the messages that are the ones that are worthwhile, that you need to find you some time so you can sit back and hear that whole message. You understand? And you'll see them short messages with 1 million views on it, but they just gave you a fragment of the truth, because what it is truth has to be given to you in a process. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what's not being done. So a lot of times, like I tell people, when you go in these places and you see all these millions and millions of views, that's probably because they're not saying anything that's going to benefit you, build you spiritually, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is this: when I see a message and I see it's an hour-long message, I'm the guy, you know what I'm saying? I'll sit down, I'd rather watch that than a short. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I can get the message all at one time, you understand, whether I have to wait for you to give me fragments of messages, you know what I'm saying? That way I can get to where I'm going. And this is what the devil's job is. His job is to waste your time. Because you have to ask yourself, when you're reading that short, what are you doing with the rest of your time? And 9 times out of 10, you understand, we're wasting it on something that really doesn't matter. You understand? You're not going to be, because what's getting ready to hit this planet, most people are not aware of it. They're not even aware. And so it's like I told you, go back to the man that's in the line, at the grocery store. I would do it at the number spot too. I keep it real. I get up there, I have one number. I have like 1,000 numbers to play. Here's this guy behind me. You understand? He's only got one number, but was so blind and selfish. You understand? That I didn't have common sense enough to say, well, look, man, hey, he's on his lunch break. He's trying to get I know all this. You know what I'm saying? I got all this information. But I'll sit right there and then have a conversation with the person that's adding up the numbers, then turn around and have to look for my wallet. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that what I'm doing is affecting that man. You understand what I'm saying? So until we come to a place, you understand what I'm saying? To get things moving, there's too many kinks in life. And a lot of things are designed to keep people still. It's designed for you not to grow. You understand? So many things, like I tell you, like yesterday, now I wouldn't even put it past a lot of people when I showed that video that I was in the hospital. I had to go in there for a little operation. You understand what I'm saying? But the whole thing is that wasn't the devil, that was God. Because now it's been, 3 days since I had a cigarette? But you look at a man that smoked 40 years. But if I don't put them cigarettes down, and God wants me, my purpose lies in 2058. Them cigarettes can take me out before I get there. So certain things God is not going to come take from you. You understand? Some things you have to release and let go of. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a big milestone for me. I went in the hospital yesterday at 10 o'clock, and I'm back out today. You understand what I'm saying? And I got out I said, if you look at the video, I said I would probably be out by 6. And this is from going to the hospital before and just taking people to the hospital and understanding how the hospital works, you know what I'm saying? And I had said 6, but when I got back here, it was 6:30. So I wasn't too far off my mark, you understand what I'm saying? But the whole thing is that what we want to do is that we're trying to get somewhere. And it's like the Israelites, they wandered around on the trip for 40 years. It only took 11 days because they refused to listen. You understand what I'm saying? And so, like when you jump on my channel, and if you notice on my channel, I do not ask for cash apps. I don't ask for none of that. Like I told people, if you want to, bless me or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have to come get it from the horse's mouth. And like a lot of times, it's like even with my plaques that I start giving out, and I'm only going to give out 100 of them, with my portrait. And I presented one to this lady, you understand what I'm saying? And everything I speak is of a spiritual name. When I showed it to her, I told her I had signed my name to it. He said, well, I can go down and get this from the Family Dollar. I can go down and get me a picture from the Family Dollar. But what she didn't understand is that you're looking at something that's going to be revolutionary. So it's like when you read a book, you can go buy the book, but to get the book from the author, You understand? It's a whole new level of value and a whole new level of understanding. You see what I'm saying? So like I told you, what I'm doing, I'm not doing this. And like I told you, most people, you know what I'm saying, they're not going to like what I'm doing, you know. But my design and what I'm doing, I'm not here to have you like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to deliver something that God has put in my heart, and I'm going to do it the way He told me. I'm not chopping up my messages for anybody. I'm not doing any of that. If you want to have your eyes open, you understand what I'm saying? I have the message right here, and I have it right with me. You know what I'm saying? And as you see, I don't read off paper. Everything is a part of who I am. And, you know, and 9 times out of 10, when you see people standing up, giving out a message, and that they have to get that off, they're sitting there reading off paper, and they'll tell you God sent them 9 times out of 10. That's something they got off the internet last night. When God sends a message, the Holy Ghost will take you right down through a testimony, and you will not skip one beat. You understand what I'm saying? And so everything that you see me is part of who I am. And I'm not talking about what somebody told me. Like I told you before, I want you to see my life on display. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't hide things. You know what I'm saying? If you're a person that has many secrets and all that stuff, you can't walk with me. You understand what I'm saying? I'll interact with you, but where I'm going, you know what I'm saying? You'll get crushed. You understand what I'm saying? And you will get exposed. So I'm leaving that out there, this message. And we're back in full force this morning. Like you see me on my back yesterday morning, you know, in the hospital. I videoed that tape, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, you know, I do this for real. And nothing phony about me. So nobody told you to love you for that I do. So let these things be written in heaven. So let them be done.